Hey folks, this is Jessica Mashkovich, and I am your host of One Take with Jess. Today we have Chef Randy back again for our Thanksgiving treat. Hey Randy.
Hi Jess.
How are you?
I'm okay, getting ready for the big holiday.
Yes, the big holiday. Just as they're shutting restaurants down. Wait, in honor of the big holiday, I have a turkey hat. I gotta put this on again. There we go. There we go. And it's completely dismembered.
It's only like a half a turkey.
Yeah. There's a leg that goes here and then a wing that goes here. Yeah. This is indicative of what I did to my turkey yesterday, which we'll talk about. I definitely dismembered it and I fried it and did all that fun stuff. But yeah, Thanksgiving is here and it's probably the tastiest holiday that people love.
I guess, the thing I don't understand about Thanksgiving is that you have all of your family coming over. Now, not necessarily this year, but in general, you have 40 people at your house and you feed them turkey. Like there's nothing cheaper that you could buy for your family except turkey.
And it never even fully comes out right.
I don't eat turkey. I'm a prime rib guy. Give me prime rib on Thanksgiving, Ooh. And when I was in culinary school back in the dark ages, the thing was that what they ate really for Thanksgiving was lobster. Like lobster was the chicken of the sea. It was the most bountiful thing that you could get back in those days.
Nice.
And that's what they did have wild turkey, but they also ate a lot of lobster. So
how did it evolve from lobster into turkey? Because I would so much prefer lobster and prime rib.
Yeah, well, I mean, in Massachusetts for the first Thanksgiving dinner, I mean, that's what they ate. There's actually like some kind of wacky law on the books in Massachusetts because lobster was so plentiful, they fed it to the prisoners, and the prisoners actually, I think, revolted. And there's actually some kind of law on the books that says prisoners can't eat lobster more than like 3 times a week.
Well, I'm sure the prisoners really regret that decision.
Right. Dehydrated lobster.
That sounds like a good protein treat.
Yeah. But I'm a prime rib guy. Not that I don't eat turkey, but I don't get it. Like this special dinner, everybody's coming over and you feed them turkey. I just don't get it.
Do you make like a little like commemorative turkey for the sake of just having the pictures and Thanksgiving?
No, if you want turkey, you better bring it.
Well, you know what? Let's talk turkey because I think that is like the piece of that. It causes so much stress, so much pressure. How often do I how long do I defrost it? And then how long do I cook it? And then
it's a hard meal to cook. I mean, first of all, it takes up your entire oven. So how do you really coordinate that whole gig? I mean, we have like 300 reservations tomorrow between takeout and indoor dining. We're still allowed to have indoor dining up here. No more than 10 people at the restaurant. No more gatherings more than 50, but we don't have any of that going on anyway. But, we have the same thing. Luckily, the Italian restaurant is closed, so we're going to convert the pizza ovens to turkey ovens for tomorrow.
Oh my gosh, can you even do that? Like, does it even have the height to do that?
Yeah, barely, but yes.
Wow.
We'll squeeze them in. Yeah, we'll squeeze them in.
Yeah.
And but we're cooking like 20 turkeys for tomorrow, but you need to have space. So when you're at home, it's stressful, going to the supermarket, buying all of this stuff, preparing it all, trying to figure out how you're going to get it all hot, at the same time. And of course, there's always that stigma of cooking a turkey. My father, I remember I came home from culinary school in the 80s, and I told everybody I was going to make the turkey, and I left. The Mr. Culinary School graduate left the bag of all the giblets and stuff inside of it. And then about 4 or 5 years ago, maybe it's a little longer than that, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, we had a turkey dinner, like we do turkey dinner on.
Hold on one sec. Release the hounds. Oh.
Right. So about 4 or 5 years ago, we have turkey dinner on Tuesday instead of Thursday because we're always working. And my father happened to be there, and I was cutting the turkey, and I pulled the giblets out of the turkey again. So 30 years of a chef didn't teach me enough to pull the giblets out of damn
Oh my God.
so.
Did you eat them? Did you try them? Like, even though they cooked inside, they must still be delicious.
No,
I love organ meat.
Typically we use it for gravy.
Yeah.
You know, that's what typically we'll pull them out. We'll roast it with vegetables, and then we'll use the juice, and we'll use it for gravy. But I don't really eat that stuff.
No.
Again, I don't really eat the turkey either. So
that's true. You just disregard the whole entire thing, inside and out. But yeah, I think that's a common mistake. I think every other turkey, every other year, we've left the bag in. And if it's not one bag, it's 2 bags. Like, you have to reach deep inside of the cavity to pull out that other secret bag.
Yeah, you do.
Like, how much insides do you have that they have to put in 2 bags?
Yeah.
Yeah. So for people that are cooking a turkey and they're having like 10 people, well, first of all, I should preface that you're a chef upstate New York. You own your own restaurant. You have, where did you go to culinary school? Johnson and Wales?
Johnson and Wales, yep.
Okay. So you've been cooking for how long?
Since I'm 17, I went to culinary school right out of high school, and I am 55. So I've got quite a few years of experience cooking. I don't really cook that much anymore. I find myself more of a teacher than I am a cook. I mean, I have amazing guys in my kitchen that have been with me a long time. They get it. And so I have kind of graduated a little bit, but I still will go into the kitchen every 10 or 15 minutes and throw my bombs onto the line. And, you know, just I like to keep the quality where it's supposed to be. So.
And as a chef, do you feel that you've been pressured by the family to always cook the holiday meals?
No, they know better.
Who's they?
Everybody that eats around. So because the last thing you want to do as a chef is go home and cook.
Yeah.
You know, yes, it's a passion-driven business, and you love the cooking, and you love the challenges, and you love the people. But you know, on your days off, it's takeout.
Really?
Yeah, I had Chinese last night, like every good Jew.
So are you okay tossing the torch over to someone else to cook the holiday meal? Like if April wanted to cook the turkey?
No, hell no. April can't cook that, no.
So you're a judgy chef.
Not at all. I just know I want to be able to eat something. I can't let my wife cook it.
Oh, you know what? I feel a lot of people are in April's boat though, because you know we're not all trained chefs, and we certainly struggle with the holiday meal. And then there's so much pressure because everyone is coming around. So like you said, it's hard to juggle. It's a hard thing to cook. So what can you do besides for eat lobster or prime rib for the holiday, to either get out of cooking the bird or making it easier for yourself? Like, we'll talk about what I did yesterday and how it just totally, it was so easy. I don't have to stick a giant bird in the oven. I don't have to watch it. It's not going to be dry. But yeah, what suggestions might you have for?
Well, a lot of people will go out and order a turkey already cooked. So you can call like a restaurant, or somebody's already made a supermarket, somebody's already making a turkey and have it cooked for you, because that really is the problem. The problem is that, you know, you have days to prepare all of the stuff, but really the turkey's got to almost be cooked the same day. I mean, I think you mentioned that you fried a turkey, right?
I kind of did. Like, so what
Okay.
I did yesterday is I took like a 14-pound bird and I dismembered it. I took the wings off and I took the legs off, and I did have to watch a video to see where to poke into the bone to like crack it off of the joint.
To cut it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So after I was able to like disassemble it into parts, I pan fried it to get the skin crispy. So it's shallow oil, and I should say that I pre-dry rubbed it the night before with salt, pepper, and sugar.
Right.
And I don't know where I found that online.
But you haven't cooked the whole thing yet.
Yes, I did. Yesterday.
Oh, you completely cooked it?
I did, because so the wings and the.
So your family likes dry turkey.
We didn't eat it yet. I was going to save that question for
all right. Well,
properly.
I answered it for you, so.
Is it really going to be dry? Is it going to be horrible?
I don't know. Like, I hate turkey. Sorry. I mean, you know, I don't mind. Actually, I don't mind like turkey, like a sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
But
that's true.
You know, the thing about turkey is it's very finicky. You know, it's very easy to overcook them. It's very easy to dry them out. A lot of people will slice their turkey, you know, while it's really still hot, which is really not good. You want to let your turkey sit, especially the bigger it is, the longer it needs to sit, hour, hour and 15 minutes
Really?
before you slice it. Yeah, I mean, turkey, you don't want to slice turkey hot. Same as you don't want to slice a steak hot. You know, you want to let a steak, you want to let the molecules settle down. So when you slice it, it doesn't bleed out. All the juice doesn't come out. All the blood doesn't come out. So, but I mean, frying turkey is big. Like everybody has those turkey fryers now. And, you know, just make sure if you do have a turkey fryer, you put on your back deck or on your ground, not necessarily something that can burn.
Right. And what's the other tip for that frying turkey? Like it can't be wet. It can't be frozen. Like it can't have any ice crystals in it because you're just going to
No, it needs to be. Yeah. Well, you don't want to put any water into a fryer.
Mm-hmm.
That's like every chef's nightmare is teaching some new guy how to clean a fryer, and he pours water in it, and then the whole thing basically erupts like a volcano.
Right.
But if you are going to fry a turkey, the nice thing about a fried turkey is it's fast. You know, you can fry a turkey in no time at all. You don't have to wait 5 hours for your turkey. So
what condition should the turkey be in? Should it be room temperature? Should it be completely dried off?
No, it could be cold. It can't be frozen. It could be cold. You know, you just have to, when you put a turkey into a turkey fryer, just have to do it really slowly.
Okay.
You don't just drop it into the fryer. You have to kind of like lower it into the fryer. And that's what happens. People like put a turkey fryer in their house and they drop it and it sets their house on fire for Thanksgiving. So
I know. And it's so sad that we have to like talk about it and laugh about it because you're like, how are you so stupid?
It does happen.
It does.
Right. It does happen.
So what is the end result? I don't think I've ever had a fried turkey though.
Turkey's delicious. I mean, what's not good fried? I mean, let's face it.
I know that's true, but like, does the breast dry out, or because the breast is always the hardest part, where it's just completely dry as a bone. So does that help? Like
when you cook chicken, if you're doing fried chicken, it's always good to do fried chicken at like a little lower temperature, because otherwise the outside cooks faster than the inside at higher temperatures. So if you lower the temperature, it'll cook for a longer period of time, but it won't get like, you know, overcooked on the outside and barely cooked on the inside. So, you know, it's sort of the same premise with turkey. Right. It's sort of the same thing. Okay. I mean, I think a turkey in a fryer cooks in 45 minutes to an hour. I mean,
wow, that's
pretty quick.
That quick.
Yeah, depending on the size, obviously.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what happens with my turkey now that you said it's going to be dry. Like it's destined to be dry. So I did make a gravy though out of all the carcasses. I broke the backbone off and I stuck that in, and then like the other parts. So maybe the gravy will be good. Who knows? So when someone is putting it in the oven and doing it that way, should they bring their turkey to room temperature or just take it straight out of the fridge, decorate it, and then stick it in for, you know?
I mean, you could. I mean, like a lot of chefs will say for steaks that you want the steaks at room temperature before you grill them off. It will change the cooking method and time.
Okay.
But I mean, I don't think it's 100% necessary, because turkey is one of those things that takes forever no matter how you try to do it.
Yeah.
You know, it's not taking a lot of time off.
You care less about this bird, don't you?
What turkey? No, prime rib.
You're like, it's going to be a disaster anyway. So everyone just go fuck it up however you want to do it. Go do it.
Yeah, so we buy like extra turkey breasts too to cook for tomorrow, so that everybody gets plenty of breasts. Because sometimes when you go to cut the birds up, there's just not enough meat on the bird. So we buy extra breasts to kind of mix in.
Yeah, well, if you're from my family, there's always a lot of breasts to go around. It's just because that's how my grandmother was, I guess.
That's for sure.
So let's talk side dishes, because that is my favorite part of the entire holiday meal. Like, and I love mixing them together and then slathering them with like a little of that cranberry sauce, and it just kind of like is the glue that holds it all together. But yeah. So what are some creative ways?
So of course we always do the mashed potatoes, and then the yams with the marshmallows and sugar on top, right? That's like dessert, but it's really good.
Like those are 1950 side dishes. What do we have for 2020? What's like pandemic amazing side dishes? Just like knock it out of the park.
I don't know. Like, so we go back to the old white trash menu, you know, the broccoli with the Velveeta on it, and
all good things.
And
all good
roasted veg. We do roasted veggies. We make our own cranberry sauce. We make apple stuffing. We also make a sausage stuffing for certain people that want that.
Okay, so let's talk cranberry sauce. What could you do to pizzazz up cranberry sauce?
What we do is we peel apples. We peel oranges, Like,
Okay.
and then we slice them into like segments, and we put some segments in there.
And you let it cook together? Or we're
Yeah, let it
starting
cook
from
together.
like the cranberry itself,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Sugar,
Sugar and
orange.
water.
Okay, sugar,
Oranges.
cranberry.
Yep. Some ginger.
Oh, ginger.
Mhm.
That's interesting.
Yep.
Can we make a whole big like menagerie? Could we just like make a compote and like add whatever fruit we might have in the house?
Yeah, sure, for
Cranberry
sure.
is still, it's so tart and acidic. It's still going to be like the lead of the show.
Right.
So maybe if people want to really jazz it up, they could add anything and everything that might be in the fruit draw.
Yeah, I mean, you could put apples in it. I mean, any kind of fruit really you want to put in. It's still going to be sweet no matter what, because you jacket it with sugar.
Right.
So
that's true.
Yeah, but we make. I mean, we made like, I don't know, 15 gallons of it yesterday. So.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we have
and
a lot
that
of
is
to-go
something
orders.
you need to make in advance, right? Because it has to.
Well, it's one of those things that you can get out of the way. It's not going to go bad in 3 or 4 days, right? So, because you can't really. I mean, a lot of people are working. Both parents are working. They can't just stop everything they're doing unless they want to start tomorrow. Tonight, and do all the prep tonight and then all the prep tomorrow. Because Thanksgiving is a lot of work. There's a lot of dishes to make and a lot of preparation, and
right.
And then of course, what about the appetizers? I mean, that's without appetizers. You got to have shrimp cocktail.
I know that's another part of the bestest part of the day is the appetizers.
Right. Yeah, so we make like horseradish dip and with sausage stuffed mushrooms, and we're making crab cakes.
That's really
good.
And
a bunch of other stuff. So.
What other types of things? What if you're doing what if you're trying to watch your weight and you're trying to
on Thanksgiving?
You're trying to accomplish this holiday
You're
season.
supposed to weigh in, then go to Thanksgiving, and then weigh out at the end of the day.
No, you don't go to any meetings or any Weight Watchers anything for another 2 weeks. You have to shed it, sweat it out.
I mean, the thing is, if you're going to eat Thanksgiving, you just stick to the stuff. Stay away from the stuffing and the heavy stuff. Eat vegetables. Eat a little bit of potato. Have turkey.
Yeah, you could portion. You could portion like a this much of everything.
Yeah, that's what Thanksgiving's all about, portions.
Portion control. So for string beans, when we're making that string bean casserole, could we use fresh string beans or does it have to be from the can?
I don't do anything canned.
I know, but they're so nice and salty and soft.
And they are. I agree with the frizzled onions and the cream of mushroom soup on it.
Right.
I don't know. We'll buy string beans and then we'll steam them and we'll do it from that. I mean, I can't serve that stuff out of a can and get $35 a person.
No, because you're a restaurant. You have your restaurant hat on for sure. I have my at-home, doing it back in the day hat. So, but people will probably, do whatever works for them. But you certainly advise fresh string beans. Do you advise slathering them with all that stuff for the at-home?
I don't typically do it.
What could you do to make it scrumptious?
I'm a big almondine guy with strawberries. Give me a little bit of amaretto and lots of almonds and butter over my string beans. And it's not about healthy. It's just, I like the way it tastes.
But that does sound good. That's a nice alternative.
Yep. So I remember, because we only started doing Thanksgiving at the restaurant maybe 5 years ago. I always had Thanksgiving at my house when I got divorced in my first marriage. And we used to have, we used to call it
Friendsgiving?
No, it wasn't Friendsgiving. It was more like Losergiving. It was just all of us losers. It was all of us losers that had nowhere to go. It was like misfit Thanksgiving.
Aww.
So we always had Thanksgiving at my house. So, and then, because my parents would go away and everybody would go away, and Julie, wasn't around with her kids. They'd always go away on vacation.
Yeah.
So it was like me and Rich Jacobs and a few other people that would have Thanksgiving. And we would, just hang out. And then slowly over the years, more people started to add. Families started to come. Then my parents stopped going away.
Rescued you losers.
So the Thanksgiving started to grow to 20 people and 40 people. And my house isn't very big, and 40 was just too big. And we weren't open at the restaurant. We always closed on Thanksgiving. I said, you know what? Let's have Thanksgiving at the restaurant this year because we're not open and there's too many people for my house. And then of course there's 60 people there for Thanksgiving. And at home, when you're sitting in your kitchen, everybody's kind of there, and you're talking to everybody, and everybody's watching you cook or whatever. At the restaurant, I'm in the kitchen cooking, and they're at the bar like it's a bar mitzvah. Right? They're all partying, having a good time, taking turns bartending, and I'm on a desert island in the kitchen making dinner for like 60 people. I say, you know what? If I'm going to work this hard, I'm going to open for Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving's been one of our busiest days of the year ever since. I mean, I think we would have done at least 300 dinners today if we were open, and we're going to do close to that with takeout, because takeout is big this year.
Yeah, that's great. If I was upstate, I would certainly do takeout. I mean, you guys certainly know how to do it right, and all these, being that
it's a lot of food.
Being that you took the string bean casserole and you upped it to string bean almondine, I mean that already shows that the Thanksgiving table would be real classy, and other people.
Yeah, no, it's good. But we get to the old school stuff, and then some people ask for some other weird stuff, but we make it. Doesn't matter. I mean, we're doing shrimp cocktail platters for people, whatever they want. So
yeah,
we're going to be there cooking, but we'll be done by 6 o'clock. So.
Oh, tell me what to do with a sweet potato, because I'm tired of the yams with the marshmallows and then making it super, super sweet. I had a different idea of like sweet potato fries and then maybe like a marshmallow dipping sauce.
Yeah, I mean, that's good. I mean, if you could fry the sweet potatoes, we find they're weird to fry. They don't fry really very well.
They're like a little carroty.
Yeah, they don't really fry very well. But if you buy sweet potato fries that are processed, they do a lot better. But I mean, I'm not, we do sweet potatoes in like wedges, and we'll, take them out and fluff them up and then put them back in like a big stuffed sweet potato.
That's a good idea.
But a lot of times we'll just roast the sweet potatoes with like butternut squash and Brussels sprouts and carrots, and just kind of make a mixed veg out of it. Cauliflower, and we'll do like a mixed veg with potatoes. I mean, we don't do too much with sweet potato at the restaurant because they're so oddly sized. There's no consistency to them. They're a pain in the ass unless you're doing mashed.
Yeah, that's true. They're hard to peel. They're hard to manage.
They're a pain in the ass.
I like the roasting thing though. That might be a better idea than my.
Yeah, we roast them up.
Than my marshmallow dipping sweet potato fries.
That actually sounds good though. So.
Whenever I make a creation, I always try and like post it to you and be like, is this something that I just messed up or not? Let's see. So where did we get? So now we're at dessert. What's for dessert for Thanksgiving?
I mean, everybody wants the apple pie. We make apple pie. We make a lot of them. Yeah. We coat the top with a ton of sugar, and so we do that. And we're doing strawberry rhubarb pie this year, and of course pumpkin pie.
What's a rhubarb? I know
rhubarb is like a bitter celery? Vegetable, but it's really good. It's super sweet.
Is it? It's bitter.
I love it. I think it's delicious.
Is it bitter, and how did it make its way into a pie as a vegetable?
With sugar.
Are there
people make sweet potato pie, which is bizarre in itself, right?
I know that's like
no rhubarb is sweet. Rhubarb is sweet.
Maybe I just have the wrong rhubarb.
Rhubarb is good. I like rhubarb. Strawberry rhubarb pie is delicious.
How come they don't do rhubarb apple pie?
We've done that too.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Maybe I should give rhubarb another chance. I don't know.
Yeah, buy it frozen. It's easier.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And more easy.
So what about the whole concept that turkey makes you drowsy? Is that true?
I guess there is something in turkey. I mean, I think when you eat 6 pounds of food, you get drowsy no matter what happens. But
so it's tryptophan is the.
There's something in it. Yeah.
It's the natural hormone that apparently makes you drowsy. But I think you hit the nail on the head. I think when you overeat and you're just completely stuffed,
the only thing you can do is nap. The only thing you can do. Leave me alone. I'm going to go take a nap.
Yeah. So I personally would advise everyone to start their Thanksgiving around 1 or 2 o'clock and kind of finish it off by around 6 or so, just so your body can digest. Because one thing that really affects me is that whole heartburn type thing and the reflux, and it's really basically from just eating too much. The capacity of your stomach, it's not like you have a digestive issue, but the capacity of your stomach is really at max, and you really want to give your body time to process everything before you go to bed.
Yeah, turkey sandwiches for the next day.
Yes, let's talk leftovers. Good thinking. What could we do? What could I do with my dry turkey?
Lots of cranberry sauce and stuffing on some fresh rye. I don't know. I don't get the whole turkey thing.
Do you recommend maybe putting it in a stew or something where you can continue cooking it down and like?
Yeah, I mean, we'll make soup at the restaurant.
Okay.
Or we'll slice it up into sandwiches, and basically I try, if whatever's left over tomorrow, we'll let the staff take home and go home and have Thanksgiving dinner with their families. So nice. We try not to have too much in the way of leftovers, but when you're cooking at the house, there's always leftovers.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know who eats turkey after Thanksgiving, but
there are people that actually do like turkey.
I know. Yeah. None of my people.
None of your people.
Not in my circle.
So my grandmother used to have Pearl helping her on holidays, and Pearl would always want to take home the frame of the turkey, and she would make turkey frame soup.
Right.
So why the frame? Like, why not just?
Because it's the bones. It makes the best stock. So, all the bones. You just put it in water with a mirepoix, which is onions, carrots, and celery, and maybe a pinch of salt, and just boil it. And then you'll have like instead of a chicken base soup, you have a turkey base soup.
And how long should you boil it for? Because I made like a bone broth the other day, and I boiled that on low for a long, long time, like a number of hours. Is that really where you get the benefit of having the bones, the frame?
You just want to cook them through. So the bigger the bone, the longer you really should cook it. So, but not very long. It's just a carcass. You're not going to do it very long. A couple hours tops.
Okay. So you're not trying to extract any major benefit out of the marrow?
A lot of it's already come out. It's already cooked. If it was raw, you could go a little longer, but you're using already a cooked frame. So.
Oh, you know what? Okay. I did cook my chicken from raw. So it was in the same soup, and I cooked the chicken. I stripped the chicken part off, and I continued to let the bones cook. So I think I did do it from the raw. But when you're dealing with an after cooked turkey,
doesn't take as long to get all the flavor out of it.
Okay, so you're just looking for flavor. It's not going to be your.
It's all about flavor. Like we make a ramen. We make a real, like we call it a dashi. It's a classic stock made for like ramen soup. And you're a little picky about that because you wash the bones and then you bring it to a quick boil and then you pour it off and you take all the nicks and the impurities off the bones. And then when the third time when we actually boil it, we boil it with some chicken feet. Because chicken feet are really make your stock super gelatinous.
Oh, okay. Is that because
it gives
of
it a lot of flavor?
Because of all
I'm
the
guessing. I mean, any of the feet just make it like super gelatinous. So when it's raw, when it's cold, you could stand like a 2x4 up in it. It's so stiff. It's like Jello. But it makes great dashi. Makes great soup.
Yeah, I think that is a good sign when your soup is like gelatinous, because
that's how they make those soup dumplings. You ever have soup dumplings?
No.
So soup dumplings are like a dumpling that has soup inside of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they take the Jello from while it's cold, and they dice it up, and then they put it in the dumpling with like the chicken or the meat or whatever. You ever had a soup dumpling?
Never.
Oh, you gotta go to Chinatown.
Okay, and then how do you eat it? Is it gelatinous?
They give you like a spoon, and you poke it, and you drink the soup out of the dumpling first, and then you eat the dumpling.
Oh my gosh! All right, now it's on my bucket list. Now I have.
Yeah, it's pretty sick. Yeah, soup dumplings all over Chinatown.
Soup dumplings.
Yeah.
All right, maybe you should serve that.
We've made it once in a while.
Ah, it sounds like a mess. No.
No, not at all.
Okay, you just got to be.
It's like a regular dumpling, except you close the inside with the soup.
Oh, all right. I'm gonna search those out.
Once it gets warm, the Jello turns to liquid and stays inside the dumpling.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'll try that out.
For Chinese Thanksgiving.
Can I try it in a knish?
Maybe.
Hanukkah's coming up. We'll make soup knishes. Let's see. So what else? So no one, tell me again about the restaurant. Like, how many people are allowed in there or not allowed in there? You guys are in the same zone as New York City, unfortunately.
No, we're not.
Okay.
We're in the Hudson Valley, and they're going by county. There are parts of, we're right now yellow zoned, parts of orange are orange zoned. And then when you get down to the city, they're orange zone too, but they'll probably go to red zone, which means like takeout only. We're hoping that doesn't happen to us again, but I think that, you know, we might see a surge happen from Thanksgiving, and
Right.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but the state will, you know, Cuomo's had no problem shutting us down before, and I think he might do it again. So.
Yeah. Is it too late for people to hop on the bandwagon and order Thanksgiving from you guys?
Nope.
Do you want to give the information or phone number?
Well, we're serving out of Bernie's. It's 845-796-3333. We are still taking reservations. I definitely have enough food to do some more dinners. I think actually today we're preparing some meals. We're going to give some meals away out of the supermarkets for people that can't afford meals. So our crew from Brew, which is one of our restaurants, that's a burger restaurant, is over at the hotel cooking turkeys and stuffing and mashed potatoes today. We're going to give away some meals tomorrow for that as well, just to kind of give back a little bit, even though it's a tough time for us. We're still going to do what we need to do.
Yeah.
And
that's really nice.
Get ready for the holidays. Who knows what's going to happen, what the holidays are going to bring yet. So.
Yeah, it's crazy. And you guys also, you know, again, the area is in upstate New York in Sullivan County. So if you want to coordinate your holiday meal,
if you're in the Catskills and you don't want to make any dinner, you can come by.
Randy make you some prime rib.
Right, exactly.
But you guys also own supermarkets. So what's going on with the freaking toilet paper and paper towels? I mean,
well, we have lots of toilet paper and paper towels. As a matter of fact, I'm looking at probably 300 12 packs of toilet paper right now. I mean, it's just people going crazy, basically. I mean, we don't have any great paper towels. Our distributors have never really recovered fully from the pandemic.
That's what I wanted to know. Like, is now again, like when people are going crazy, are they just again putting unnecessary pressure on the supply chain, or was the supply chain ready for them this time?
No, not at all. They're fulfilling right now. They're fulfilling the most they've fulfilled from us since basically probably June. There's 75%. They crossed over 75% this week. So we place 100% of our order, we get 75% of our product. And a lot of this stuff, like, you know, you don't see Lysol wipes, you don't see Lysol, you don't see Bounty. I mean, you don't, still not seeing it.
Okay.
We're getting like the cheap stuff like Urban Meadow, you know, our store brand and whatnot. And we are able to buy some other individually rolled paper towels and toilet paper from some other distributors, but you know, there's definitely absolutely a shortage when it comes to antibacterial, alcohol, all kinds of stuff.
Okay. Well, you know what? I think a lot of the big brands might lose their footing. Like people might just decide, you know what, I was using this knockoff brand and it seems to be fine. So, you know.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely an issue. I think people are going to have to change the way they buy stuff. And that's why when they see it, they hoard it.
Right.
You know, they're like, I haven't seen Bounty. Let me buy enough for my grandmother and my mother and everybody else. And, you know, they put a trailer load of Bounty out and 20 minutes later, the whole shelf is empty again.
Gosh, it is crazy. And do you think that we're going to be to any sort of normalcy anytime soon? I mean, you're hopeful because you have a restaurant. So you hope that things come back at some point.
I think the reality is that 2021 is going to end up a wash like 2020, because even if they come out, you know, they start distributing the vaccine, by the time you start seeing results, you know, you're looking at the fall.
Yeah.
You know, if they can distribute it like they talk about distributing. So I don't know. I'm not optimistic about what's going on at all. I'm really not. I mean, we're going to be okay. I have oil and propane businesses that are flourishing. The supermarkets are holding their own. The restaurants getting beat up. Catering, forget it. Catering is gone.
Yeah. Well, at least you're hedging in those other areas.
Yeah, I'm doing okay.
What about home sales up there? Because you have your finger on the pulse of upstate all
The
around.
the Catskills are jumping. I mean, stuff is selling at over asking price, and there's like we send letters out, so we get what's called a credit bulletin. So any piece of property, any deed that's filed and registered in Sullivan County, or anybody that gets a mortgage in Sullivan County, we get their address and we send them out a letter, introducing the oil and propane, the supermarkets, the restaurants, give them coupons and discounts to come do business with us.
Mm-hmm.
I personally sign each letter with my cell phone number on there, my business card. I have one of the girls in the office write the name on the envelope so it doesn't come out of a computer, doesn't look like, like junk mail. And we're writing 200 a week. That's how much property is selling up here. So
that's great. And are these people escaping the city? Are these
Yes.
people escaping Manhattan?
Totally.
I don't know what's going to be with New York City. I mean, I know that your brother is very active going back and forth. Your brother, you like how I referred to him as your brother? I know that Butch is very active going back and forth. How is he seeing Manhattan? Like, is it dead in the streets?
Yes.
Wow.
Yep. A lot of stuff boarded up, a lot of things closing, a lot of moving vans throughout the city. Just people are, figured out they can work from home. They can work from anywhere. If you're going to work from home, why have a $3,000 a month apartment? I can work from home in Jersey and have a $1,500 a month apartment. I mean, I think that a lot of that's happening. A lot of people coming up here and buying anything and everything they can get their hands on. Yeah. And we're seeing a lot of, new people. When I walk around the restaurants now on weekends, there's a lot of new people at the restaurants. I mean,
that's actually good. That's
great.
Maybe they'll try and put infrastructure in for better cell towers and connectivity. Yeah,
we hope. I mean, we're in Rock Hill and there's no cell service. It's crazy. So
I know.
It's really bizarre, but I think that, Sullivan County's always kind of been in a depression. So, we've seen some really good things happen over the last 5 or 6 years, and there's a lot more going on, and there's moratoriums on large buildings and development in Orange County, which is pushing some businesses up our way. Which is good for us because then we'll have some more jobs. But, the casino's on 10 o'clock shut down right now. Only one of the 2 hotels they have are open. I mean, it's just, although we had a really good season, even, with COVID and everything, Sullivan County wasn't really off from last year in sales tax revenue. So that means there were a lot of people up there. So
that's great. That's great. People
90 miles from New York City, they came up.
Yeah, they're rediscovering it. And hopefully the marketing team for Sullivan County is really putting it out there that, we're still here. We've been here for decades. And we have
a visitors association that handles that. And I think they do a pretty good job.
Excellent.
Yep.
So any parting words for anyone on holiday tips besides for don't make your turkey, make prime rib?
No, just enjoy the time that you have with your family. It's a bizarre world out there, and just try to stay safe. I mean, stay in your circles, try not to get sick, try not to get other people sick, and let's get over this and on with our lives, right?
Yes, exactly. All right. Thanks, Rand.
Okay, Jess.
I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Be well.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Same to you.
Okay.
Enjoy your turkey. Your dry ass turkey. All right. See you later. Bye.
Bye.